So Griggy, firstly, talk us through how beneficial you got up to in the break, and as we attack the second half of the season.
Yeah, look, the break for me was more of to rest my body and tick off a few things that we had to do, but also have a mental break and a physical break, and prep ourselves ready for this weekend and our lead-in training this week's. We had a big night Tuesday. Tonight will be reasonable as well on the Thursday, so hopefully we'll be ready to go come Sunday.
A man of the match performance against South Adelaide. Obviously, you went back into the twos and have come back in a fairly good stead. Talk us through your form since returning.
Yeah, I suppose I was getting a few more midfield minutes going back and playing in reserves, and just needed to prove to Twig that that's something that I can do, is play majority of my minutes on the ground in the midfield, which is where I play my best footy, I feel. He had confidence coming off the twos that I could do that, and I think ever since I've been back in, I've played my part, and not just offensively. I've added to my game defensively with tackling, and in my defensive transition as well has improved. So that's what I sort of worked on when I went back, and more so to get some confidence in my own game.
Obviously, it was a tough conversation to have with Twig, though. What was the message from him to rediscover your form now?
Yeah, basically what I just sort of explained. Finding what suits best in my game and where I fit back into the team, and to go back and obviously work on that defensive attributes of my game, and I think I really did that, and I think I've held some good form ever since coming back.
Obviously, no doubt it's a massive weekend coming up against the Dogs, another massive game for the 2 points, but more importantly it's the count me in round, and talk us through how important that is to recognise the beast of MND, and it'll be a special day with a lot of people coming, and your dad Chris coming along, the five that he is. I mean, how important is it special for you to play in this game?
Yeah, obviously it's a big game for us for our season, especially we've had some close games, and we probably should be in a better spot than what we are. But considering that, I think we've come a long way as a team, and I think hopefully we can get a good win this weekend. And obviously on a personal note, big week for me. Supporting Dad and going through what he's going through with MND, and it's quite hard to watch him go through what he's going through. It basically cripples him, and it takes away everything that he's always been able to do. He's such a fit and healthy guy, and it's certainly taken all that sort of movement and stuff away from him, and it's really hard to watch. And the only thing really helping us all as a family get through is the way he's handling himself, and he finds every chance to be positive, and he's been a real inspiration to myself and to my family.
Obviously, you had an interview with your dad a couple of years ago, or not even a year ago, and your dad said that he was not happy with it, but he was
at peace.
At peace.
Yeah.
Obviously, what's your perception? How much has your perception of life changed? You've got a little one along the way. Your life as a whole, since that moment, how has it changed in your perception?
Well, I suppose even when he first got diagnosed, I just met my partner Nicole, and I probably in the back of my mind subconsciously sped things up a little bit. Not that I've rushed into anything, but I want Dad to see grandkids, and I want to have kids myself, as we are. We're pregnant now, but for him to be able to see that would be an absolute dream come true, and also for myself and Nicole to have a child as well. So we're really looking forward to that, and having that moment all together, and it's something we'll hold really special.
And obviously, your dad coming this week, obviously he played a little bit of footy here at Norwood, he played at Athelston. I didn't get to see him play, but what are the stories that some of your dad's mates have told you about your dad?
I suppose, from what I've heard of Dad, and I have actually got to play one game with him in his tour at Raggies, and the thing that keeps coming back is his work ethic. He's a very hard-working player, usually one of the fittest guys in the team. And his leadership, he he captained for I think it was 7 years at Raggies, and they were A1 premierships, and he won association medals and touring a gamer at the club. So I suppose he's well respected in the community, and I've never heard anyone say a bad word about him. And usually someone always has something to say about anyone, you know what I mean? So it's been quite a privilege to go through all my juniors with Dad as a role model throughout as a person, but also as a footy player, and he's certainly highly respected. I know in the amateur league, and even their SANFL as well, with the guys that used to play with him, they always speak highly of him. So he's been a great role model to me and my family.
No, I agree. Really appreciate your time, and obviously looking forward to the game this weekend. Hopefully everyone can get by a beanie and get around such a cause, and it's a massive deal, MND, and when you're not the only one fighting it, we're all fighting it with you. So a big thank you for fronting up, and we'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Really looking forward to it. Cheers.